say some days you're gonna win. You say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No, if you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Your reputation must have come down on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down. Oh, somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be. Roll it over and you will see. The city streets are full of people going nowhere, making time. The change from night to day is really only out just along the line. Can't you see the sign? When I looked around, I was heading down. Won't somebody throw me down the line? I wanna look you straight in the eye. I wanna tell you how I really feel. I can feel the wheels are turning around. Won't somebody throw me down the line? The city streets are full of people going nowhere, making time. The change from night to day is really only ours. It's just along the line. Can't you see the sign? When I close my eyes, I was so surprised. Somebody throw me down.
Welcome in. Thursday. Sorry about that. We're trying to figure some details out. We got a busy day here at RiverBender.com. Hope you guys are off to a great start on your Thursday morning. The 23rd day of October falls on at 9:06 is the time. Man, downtown Woods River was great yesterday. Thank you for all of you that were a part of it, that showed up. And you know what was really cool is there was a couple of, not a couple, there's quite a few of you that said you watched the show. But what I thought was really cool is that there was a couple of younger, kids dressed up for Halloween getting their candy. And, a few of them stopped by and talking about watching the show. And then one said, hey, I watch your show with my grandpa all the time. And it's just things like that that really are just cool little notes to do the remotes in the community. Today, Brian Trust is on the air at 2 p.m. and then at 7 p.m. with the Conspiracy and Mystery Show. This is going to be a really good night for him. They got some great topics to talk about. And then also with You're Beautiful at 2 p.m., another great conversation as you explore that. We're going to be talking to three great guests today, and then we're going to be at OSF Healthcare celebrating 100 years of OSF. That's really cool. I mean, that's going to be a really cool open house. We're going to talk to a few of the folks that are a part of it and so much more. So we'll dive into that here in a couple of minutes' time. But at 9:07, here's what you need to know. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today, and you'll never miss out. We'll take you right to Godfrey first. This is just a terrible story. Logan Strack, 22, from Godfrey, faces serious felony charges after allegedly sexually abusing a nun at the Sisters of St. Francis Convent at Alton. This happened on October the 18th. Strack reportedly entered the convent through an unlocked side door after finding the front door locked. Despite being told no, he attempted to hug the nun twice before forcibly grabbing her clothed breast. The victim responded by striking him, and after which, Strack left the premises. In a subsequent interview, Strack admitted to his actions, stating he entered the convent intentionally and that the contact felt good in the moment. That was his quote to authorities. He was charged on October the 21st with aggravated battery and criminal sexual abuse, currently remaining in custody pending trial. We will keep you updated if more details on this case do emerge. A male bicyclist was struck near the Circle K in East Alton on the evening of October the 21st. This happened around 6 p.m., prompting a police response after a call was received reporting that collision. The bicyclist suffered a broken arm and was transported to a nearby hospital for treatment. East Alton Police Chief Scott Golike confirmed the injury, but has not provided additional information regarding the circumstances of that crash. Authorities continue to investigate that incident as they work to determine the cause. Godfrey trustees are currently reviewing a proposed ordinance designed to reduce the number of video gaming licenses by decreasing liquor licenses each time a licensed business closes. Presently, businesses must hold a liquor license to operate video gaming terminals, a loophole some may be exploiting solely for that gaming approval. The 21 existing gaming businesses will continue operations while 3 pending applicants await updates as the ordinance is drafted. Mayor McCormick expressed concern about changing rules after promising licenses to new business. The trustees clarified no gaming commitments were made. The ordinance has been sent back for further review, and now no new liquor or gaming licenses will be issued until finalization. Joe's Pizza and Pasta, they've officially opened its newest restaurant in Jerseyville at 1600 South State Street. Owner Kayla McMahon, who has a long-standing connection with the franchise, is excited to bring the beloved recipe and warm atmosphere to the community. Known for its sweeter pizza sauce and a diverse menu including pasta, salads, subs, desserts, and more, the Jerseyville location also does feature a bar serving wine and beer. The owners are already operated several other locations, and they chose Jerseyville because of the friendly community and strong ties to their staff. They look forward to welcoming locals and catering events during the upcoming holiday season. Finally in the news today, XO Lounge in Edwardsville is marking its first anniversary, and they offer a unique blend of nail bar and med spa services. Owner Gina Gamblin joined us on the show and shared that XO provides everything from the manicure and pedicure services to Botox, IV treatments, and a complimented menu crafted by a Michelin star chef, Gianni, who's been on the show too. The venue has become a destination for clients nationwide, recently recognized by the state of Illinois as a tourist destination. Gamblin emphasizes XO's mission is to boost confidence, health, and happiness to everyone who visits with competitive pricing, diverse services for all ages, and upcoming events like a Halloween party. XO continues to grow as a community hub. The lounge also features new recreational spaces and supports local nonprofits, making it a special place for families, couples, and friends to connect. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this morning in terms of news. Let's take a look at weather before we talk to Sydney. 48 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 53 out there. That's a plus, man. It was cold this morning. Today, plenty of sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly. Humidity right now is at 71%. Air quality right now is ranking it as good, and mold is moderate at 97.50. So if you are feeling it, that's why. Temperatures today reach 63 degrees, and that'll be the warmest of the next 5 days. And the good news is it'll be also the coldest of the next 5 for the low temperatures. Today, temperatures reach 63, drop down to 34 as we head into Friday. On Friday, partly sunny skies, a high of 59, a low of 48 degrees. And on Saturday, we're going to see some rain, spot showers throughout the morning. Then it turns into a drizzle on Saturday night, a low of 48 on Saturday, a high of 58 that same day. On Sunday, a high of 57, a low of 48, partly sunny skies. And then on Monday, it'll be a cloudy day, but it'll be a beautiful one too. A high of 59, a low of 46. Man, I'm loving that fall's here. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 48 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 53 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Hey, while I have you, you know, I feel like I do a lot for you guys on the show when it comes to information. And the best bit of information that I can truly give you are opportunities to have a good amount of, a year-changing amount of money, to say the least. And that's where the Marquette Mega Raffle comes in, and we're 2 days away. That is wild to me. 2 days away from your chance to win $50,000. Think about that. $50,000. It's incredible. So if you go ahead and purchase tickets right now, you go to marquettecatholic.org, marquettecatholic.org/mega raffle. You have a chance to win that 50 grand by purchasing one ticket for 50, or you buy two and you get one free. That first prize is 50 grand, but you got second place prizes at 5,000, third place, fourth place prizes. There's so much more going on. Plus, if you get them today, you have that opportunity to be a part of the final early bird drawing for a chance to win $1,000 on top of the $50,000 that you're going to win on Saturday. I mean, this is going to be a really great thing. And all I'm asking you, because I'm telling you about it, is if you buy a ticket that you give me 10%. But in all seriousness, all you got to do is go to marquettecatholic.org/mega raffle. You know, they were on the show filling us in on Mega Raffle a few weeks ago, and it's a big fundraiser for Marquette as they're able to empower more students and more just leaders in the community, future leaders, and they do such a great job over there, and they do it all while offering you a chance to win 50 grand to close out 2025. How about that? marquettecatholic.org/mega raffle, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, quick break. Daily Show, Blog Talk's next. I hope you stay there with me on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
It's not confidential. I got potential. Ready, let's roll on to something new. Taking its toll, and I'm leaving without you.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show on a Thursday with Sydney. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fair to middling.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We're getting there.
I'm a little tired today.
Yeah, me too.
So interesting.
Uh-huh.
Last night, we were in downtown Woodruff. We're going to re-air that show probably tomorrow.
That'll be fun.
I don't know. There's so much going on, right? It's the busy weeks. And we're going to... we got to re-air that and everything, but we talked to some cool people.
I imagine. I can't wait to listen.
I think what we'll do is we'll run it on Monday afternoon.
Perfect for getting in the Halloween spirit.
Probably.
Setting the week, the tone for the week, yeah.
Probably.
It's Halloween weekend. Were you aware of this? Sort of. You could argue Halloween weekend is next weekend, but
see, the only reason I would argue it is because it's on a Friday.
That is very tempting.
If it was on Thursday, I would say, totally, it's Halloween weekend.
But here's the thing: November 1st is Saturday, and that kind of is that still Halloween? Can you argue it's still Halloween?
It's All Saints Day.
Oh, well, you got me there. You got me there.
For all my St. Mary's folks out there, but
I'm a heathen.
But I don't know. It probably is. I think it's both.
Yeah, we could argue
both.
2 weekends or Halloween weekend. What are you doing to celebrate? Is
nothing.
the question.
Actually, we have a couple of things. It always starts off as nothing.
And then things develop.
Yeah, developing news all the time.
Fair.
And why do they always do that? I mean, it brings up an interesting point. Have you ever noticed, on all the major news networks, everything's a news alert now? They come back from break and they're like, 40-degree wind gusts. Breaking news. Yeah. It's like it was breaking news 8 days ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, develeving news all the time in the schedule. And
there's a lot going on.
I was just, my life is literally one of those Fox News alerts. They just always,
At least there's always something happening. You're always for good or bad. It's like, oh gosh.
But we got some family stuff this weekend, and then this Friday, I'm talking it's Monday, we're going to do a trivia night, and then Estella will be with grandparents and have some fun, and then we were just doing the downtown trick-or-treat last night. She had a great time, but I want to publicly apologize to Kristen Burns. Estella was eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Because she has all these teeth.
Really?
Oh my God. Just
it's
tons of teeth.
Huh?
And she would take a little nibble, It's not like we fed her the whole thing.
Of course,
just for all the parents out there. And so, she had a little piece of cheeseburger. And she thought it would look better on their floor in the office building. So I'm pretty sure I cleaned it all up, but I do want to apologize. So that's what we're doing this weekend.
That'll be fun.
Is trivia night, then family stuff Saturday and Sunday, and church Sunday. And
that'll be fun. You're busy.
Yeah, we were camping last weekend.
Yeah,
and
you were.
Well, that was great because Thursday, it's like everything finally, and we'll talk. Well, we'll talk. We already did talk about this. We'll talk with the audience about everything on Tuesday, but it was been kind of a stressful month. A lot going on, and it's going to be great to get it out. But it was kind of like Thursday, I was able to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh man, I had too much fun. Way
well, good for you.
Too
You
much
earned
fun.
it.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I earned the feeling the next day. I can tell you that. But it was great until the monsoon of 2025 hit.
Oh my gosh,
that was a lot of rain.
That was a lot of
Lots of rain, but it was still fun. We made the most of it, and then it was kind of cool because it was cool to be outside.
Yes.
Whenever the fall season officially took effect. effect.
It hit hard this weekend.
Yeah,
like out of nowhere.
It was
Yeah.
just like done.
Yeah.
Winter's over, or summer's over.
And I know fall technically happened in September, I think,
Did it?
but like this is, it didn't really happen until like this weekend.
I don't feel like fall should start until daylight savings time.
Well, that's an interesting point because that's late in the year.
I know, and people think that there should. I don't think there should be. I think we should never skip forward or spring forward.
It's kind of annoying.
That is the biggest. That to me is the biggest abomination of life. Is the fact that we lose an hour.
That's a strong sentence. But
Well, it is. It's terrible.
It is really
Think
annoying.
about this. All because we couldn't just figure out that time should just stay the way it is.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
hot take. I don't
All
really.
for trains.
Was it trains or
I don't
farmers?
know.
I don't
Both.
know.
Maybe time zones or trains.
I don't know the difference, but
Well, time
that being
zones,
said,
like it's Eastern
Well,
time.
I understand what a time zone is, but I don't know what I don't know what the difference is with daylight savings time and the farmers and the trains. I don't know, but it is an interesting point.
I have trivia coming up. I need to get
That's
fun. That
fun.
could be a topic in
that
trivia.
could come up. Yeah.
Have you
Who
ever
are
do
you?
trivia?
Sometimes. Who are you supporting on your trivia team? Is it a charity fundraiser? Or?
Listen, I'm just going.
You're just going for fun.
I was told. Well, not told. That makes Jackie sound bad. I was asked if we wanted to go,
And you said, yes, I do.
Absolutely, honey.
Absolutely.
Whatever you want.
There you go.
Whatever you want.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's
yeah.
right. Baby's happy.
Everyone's
Life's
happy.
Good.
Good.
But no. So that's Anyway, what are you doing
That'll
this
be fun.
weekend? We didn't talk about you.
I'm the trick or treating happens and so I'm gonna be in some towns around here. You can check out our Riverbender guide to ultimate trick or treating guide to see where all trick or treating is happening around the area this weekend.
618.
The 618 this weekend. And so I'll be giving out some candy. So I look forward to that. And then I am also going to Indianapolis.
Okay. I didn't want to break the fourth wall down, but I'm like, how can you give out candy and be in Indianapolis, Santa Claus?
I will be in Indianapolis briefly, and then I'll be coming back to the 618 to give out some candy. So it'll be a fun weekend.
I think we need to keep capitalizing on the 618 thing.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good time.
Thank you.
We should get a tattoo that says, like, across the knuckles, 618. That'd be pretty good.
So that way when I hold the microphone,
yeah,
I
you can
scare
really
people.
represent.
Yeah, there we go. Also, who are you seeing? Did we talk about?
So I'm going to see a concert, which I like concerts. I go to a lot of concerts, but in my defense, I don't really do anything else. Like I don't go out to eat, and I don't go to the movies, and I don't go
gamble.
bowling, like that kind of thing. So this is where my disposable income that I do have goes to.
Who are you seeing?
I'm seeing Jensen McRae is her name. I don't expect anyone to know her, but she's really cool. I'm really excited, so I'm really pumped. It's gonna be really fun.
What songs?
There are some good ones.
Are there any like commercially?
No, not really. She's not really. She didn't really blow up on. I found her on TikTok a few years ago, but she didn't really like blow up on TikTok or anything like that.
I typed in Jensen M and everything popped up for her.
Really?
So I
Okay,
think she's
that's
going
good.
places.
That's
I think
good.
she's going places.
I'm happy for her.
That's cool. And now, where are you? So it says so you're going to be at the Hi-Fi Indian Annex.
I know, Indianapolis Theater, whatever. I don't
That's
know.
cool.
Yeah, I am
Is it a big
excited.
room or?
No, it's very small. It's like it
Intimate?
seats like 400 people, so it's very
Well, that's still
intimate.
cool. That'll
yeah.
be fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
No, I'm really pumped about it. To be honest with you, not to go on a whole tangent.
Now, let me be honest with you. I don't like driving through Indiana.
Yeah, it's been a second since I've done it.
Well, I mean, like, okay, people are gonna go, well, if you aren't doing anything bad, you shouldn't worry. It's like, no, so there's just a lot of state troopers on the Indiana free. You know what I'm talking
there
about?
are.
Like Illinois, 255 gets a little rough whenever they're
Yes.
doing a campaign. But
There are a lot of people.
I'm not saying that there's like, anything to be concerned about. I'm just saying if you go 10 miles over the speed limit, you're getting popped, you know?
We'll have to be careful on our trip.
Who's all going with you?
Just me and my friend. We're just gonna go check it out and see what happens. So it'll be really fun. I'm really
Are you going back
excited.
that night?
Actually, no. I've done that before where I went to Indianapolis for a concert and then came back that night, which
Right.
was fine. It was a long day, but it was fine. But this time I'm fine. This time we're spending the night, so that'll be nice. And speaking of time zones, we will be crossing time zones, so that'll be
you know
trippy.
what's wild to me?
Yeah.
In Indiana, or Indianapolis, you're crossing the time zone.
It is
When I
weird.
go to Destin, I don't.
That's really interesting. I don't understand that.
I blew my mind. They've had a condo in Destin for a long time. I always thought there was the Eastern time zone just because it was in
That
Florida.
would make sense.
No.
I just said I understand time zones, but apparently I don't because that's above me.
Well, and then I tried to talk to you about them. Like I was like Neil deGrasse Tyson on time zones. Like I feel like we both misled each other here, the audience.
We got a little too excited about the time zone thing, and so I'm sorry. I'll reel it back in. But
See what daylight savings time does to people?
It's just confusing.
Well, and then we're at the time of the year, too, where everyone just, like, doesn't feel good.
Yes, literally.
And it's, like, only happens when you get older. Because when you're a kid, you get a little stuffy, but you don't really, because you go to school, you get your little cup of milk. You know?
Literally.
That's
a fun fact. That's what Lacey McDonald wrote about this week. You guys will be talking about that little cup of milk that you get in school. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That'll be fun, yeah.
But, I mean, like, now everything, it's just everyone's miserable, you know?
Literally. I think that just is aging. Like, we're old now, CJ, so.
Well, and my thing is, too, not to cut you up, but I get paid to talk.
Yeah, no.
So I kind of need my sinuses to not suck.
You do. You need like you know what a neti pot is?
Oh no, I am not waterboarding myself.
No, I'm terrified, but
that's
intriguing.
terrifying. You're gonna take a flower pot, okay, and just jam it down your nostril and hope for the best.
Get it.
And then did you see the automatic waterboarder now?
No.
They put it in your nose. It's you put it there, okay, and it's like a breathing mask.
I think I do know what you're talking about.
And they shoot it right in there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know what that feeling would be like, but I don't want to. I don't want to be a part. Now, one thing I do want is one of those. It's the cord. I thought my phone was vibrating.
Oh no!
Is one of the? Have you seen those ear vacuums?
Yes,
that looks
kind of
cool.
Too.
Now I don't know. I wonder if it's one of those like the same bad qualities like the face thing has, where it sucks out the blackheads. They told. Have you seen that?
I've never seen that.
Aren't allowed to use those. They aren't good.
Oh, good to know. Terrifying.
It is, but I wonder if it's kind of like the same thing with the ear vac.
I'm intrigued by that. No, that fascinates me. It's kind of gross, but it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a Thursday.
Everyone feels the same way. We're all in it together. But yeah, the neti pot thing. Did you ever get a COVID test? Like, I feel like it would be similar to a COVID test, but like worse.
I had to do it. So, crazy thing when I went to Austin to do wrestling. I got COVID literally like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
And this was like right when COVID started. So like everyone was freaking out.
Yeah.
And like I was just because I was miserable. But I had to get tested again. Oh my God, they can take that initial test and they can pound it. That was terrible. Like
that was
right
rough.
up. Yeah, no.
No, so I feel like a neti pot would be worse though, because then you also have like the water going on. I don't know. I've never done it before. So
It's
if anyone's
a nose,
ever done it, but
it's like a nose enema.
Yeah, in like the worst way.
Gross.
It is
like, you know,
gross.
like I'm not saying if you do it, it's bad.
No, I mean shout out if it works for you.
It just would scare the hell out of me to dump water in my nose.
Literally,
like that.
yeah.
Because I was on the swim team.
Oh wow.
I was not good.
I'm sure you were.
Oh no, I was terrible. I was always in lane 6 or 5, which were for the not the best swimmers,
That's okay.
the triers of the group, and I would always like write on my stuff like eat my bubbles or something. Like I was gonna beat all these people and always finish dead last. Always finish dead last. All this stuff. Well, then my first race, I was disqualified for almost drowning.
Oh no.
And my first race, and I got a bunch of water in my nose. My last race, same thing happened.
That is unfortunate.
And this was years apart.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect book
that
ending
is a beautiful
to this.
kind of full circle moment.
I went in drowning and out drowning through the nose. So,
well, I'm glad you didn't die, but that is rough.
Long story short, that's why I don't want to do the neti pot, because that feeling is probably going to be the same.
It's going to bring back like a flashback in the pool. Yeah.
Well, it's one thing. Like what made it bad is the fact they disqualified me from the race.
Sucks.
Isn't drowning enough? Isn't almost seriously going under enough?
You should have at least gotten a time afterwards. Like you deserved your time. I don't know. That's rough.
Oh my God! What did you write about this week?
So I wrote about the fact that the fall weather's changing and what I did this past weekend, which was basically patronize a bunch of local businesses and services and that kind of thing. And I also went to St. Louis for a second and then remembered that the art scene in Alton is actually incredible too. So I came back. It was a really cool weekend this past weekend. I did a lot.
Let's talk about it after a quick break. 9:32, a little bit of change. Sydney hangs out with us again after this.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally. I'm resting in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally. No need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you.
Back with Sydney. Are you leaving early today?
Yeah, I'm leaving in about an hour, so I'll be checking out. Thank you. Yeah.
You know, see, here's the problem. I don't know if you get like this, but if you like take time off in the earlier part of the pay period and can't and like you're making it up currently, it's always like, damn, why didn't I wait?
Yeah, well, so we're at the end of the pay period now. So
for all of you at home.
Yeah, just let me just
for all
explain.
the bill collectors out there.
Yeah,
for
don't
CJ.
worry, it's coming. But that being said, my hours are pretty much at the hour mark this time because I've been doing a lot of meetings and stuff like that after work.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, likewise, you've been doing a lot of shows and that kind of thing too after hours. So it's been busy. It's been a busy time. But as always, as we always say, that means cool things are happening in the community that we want to cover. So
that's right.
Way to bring it all back around.
Look at that, Sydney. So you were going to be leaving very shortly.
Very shortly, yeah.
Are you
I have
heading
a lot to do.
straight up to Indianapolis?
Yeah, pretty much. So
wow.
yeah,
So
I
you're
have a
gonna?
lot
Is the concert tonight?
Yep, it's tonight. So I'm excited, and yeah, I have a lot to do in the hour that I have left. But it's okay. We're gonna knock things out.
Where'd you go to in St. Louis again for the arts?
So this past weekend, I went to the St. Louis Indie Comics Expo, which I know sounds really boring to some of us, but
did I have them on the show, or was that a different Comic-Con?
I think that was a different Comic-Con. Okay. Yeah, this is different, but so we won't talk too much about it. But it was neat. It was really neat. They don't need to know, but it was really neat experience.
Ruthless. They're going to be calling next week, going, "Okay, we really want to pay for advertising next year."
Yeah, they should, because it was really cool. It was really neat, and there were zines and magazines and lit mags and poetry chat books, and for those of us who are into that kind of thing, it was freaking awesome.
Was there a lot of snapping?
There was a lot of snapping.
Was there really? Oh, that's awesome.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was really awesome. But yeah, so I went.
I've never been to one of those. I always
cool.
thought it'd be cool to snap once.
Yeah, I think you should go to a poetry reading. You should just check it out, see what happens. So see what your vibe
I feel like
is.
they'd ask me to leave before I even was allowed in. They'd be like, "Sir, we know why you're here."
Yeah, you're here to tease everybody.
Do you know do you know when it's appropriate to snap, sir? And I would say all the time.
There you go. That's accurate. Good job. You made it in. You got to be careful with the deliberate pauses, not to snap too soon, because that's just awkward.
Is there a way to snap clap? Like if you know.
Oh, I like that. That was kind of snazzy. That was cool looking.
Like
you had a
shooting
moment.
my cuffs out.
That was pretty good.
Oh man. Okay, so you shopped local though.
Yeah. So
Alton.
after that, so I went around town and did a bunch of things last weekend. So the fall weather hit, and I was like, perfect time to go out and see what's going on. So I went to a local coffee shop that shall remain nameless because they're all amazing, and it's hard to choose one, and I don't want to cause a problem. So I went to one of them, and it was great. I had a great time. Just sat and enjoyed some coffee and talked to a friend and wrote for a little bit. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at your activity. I'm not laughing at the activity. I just love the fact that you made him nameless. That was very good.
I don't want to. The other day at lunch, I gave my ranking. I don't know if you were there for that. But I announced my ranking of my favorite local coffee shops in order. And I thought our lunch table was going to riot. So I don't want to put that out there into the world. So I feel no need to see what happens. So.
I mean, listen, I don't know what the conversation was. Got something in my eye. That was weird. I just my eye just started closing out of left field. I didn't know what was happening. I thought it was kind of the end there. I didn't know about the coffee ranking.
Yeah.
To me, it's 6 to 1, half a dozen the other.
That is an interesting point. You're so wrong.
I know.
Like,
I know. I am.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just saying Casey's coffee line is still long.
You're so wrong. You're. There's so many great local shops. I don't know how you.
Oh, you don't consider them local. So
Casey's is a franchise.
I get what you're saying.
corporate.
So local, family-owned, small business. I thought you meant just like coffee that is in the local community.
Nothing against. Like I've been known to have a nice quick trip coffee every now and then.
Okay.
Like nothing against it. But I
That's
know
a
don't
problem.
cancel me. But that being said, if you have the minute to go to a local shop, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. So very good. I think Javapalooza is happening right now also. So shout out to that. That's really fun too.
There you go.
There you go.
So
After that, yeah.
So how is have you been biking?
A little bit, not as much as I want to be. I'm gonna start this weekend though, because it's beautiful weather now, so that'll be nice. But so I went to a local shop, did not bike, and then you had EXO on the show. I actually went to EXO this weekend, which was really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was awesome. I had some drinks, and it was just really fun. So highly recommend going EXO.
I will be going in a few days.
I'm
going to be getting an IV. I feel like
I'm
lot
afraid
of my.
that.
Well, see, here's the thing. I have nothing else to lose here.
That's fair. I think needles just freak me out.
Well, they freak me out too. I've always said if they said something happened and there was a box of needles, no, absolutely not. You're talking to somebody that hates the idea of those. But I am so tired.
You need
all
the boost.
The time.
I get it.
I do.
Me too.
I kind of just, I have nothing else to lose.
That's
and I'm not saying it's like a bad sort. It's just I am so bothered by needles.
Yeah.
But I'm so interested in the benefits of this because
intriguing.
I've talked to a few people that have actually, believe it or not, and this isn't because they're a client or a sponsor, but that have gone to EXO and gotten those, they say it's game changing for them.
I've heard it's really good, and they actually EXO just did some IVs treatments for the blues players, and which is really cool.
I saw that.
People love it. So
it just scares me because of the needle, because of my phobia with them. But I'm to the point where I'm ready to risk all the phobia for the feeling good.
See what happens and let me know, because if you have a good experience, which I'm sure you will, I might check it out.
I'm kind of nervous because I want to ask Gina, there's a couple of different options you can go with.
Yeah.
Do I want to just get the comprehensive type of tune-up bag?
Right? I don't know.
Do I want to get one that's focused on energy and
that could be nice.
Because we're at seasonal depression weather.
We really, I love the fall weather.
It's getting ready to be dark and dark and dark, and you wake up.
Daylight savings time.
Right, yeah. But anyway, my point is though, do I get something specific to this time period?
That's fair.
Or do I get something that helps overall generically?
That's a good point. I don't know. I think when you go in and you can talk to their technicians who are registered nurses, and they will have some sort of.
They're very good.
Yeah, they'll have some guidelines for you or help you figure out what you want. But yeah, I'm intrigued by that. You let me know how that goes, and I will have to check that out because their services and their med spa services really fascinate me.
That sounds good. Good.
There you go. There you go.
Told you, I get paid to talk into a mic.
It's rough.
So Christmas isn't too far behind, and your goal is to challenge yourself to spend your money locally as much as possible.
Yeah, so...
When do you go Christmas shopping?
Well, it's interesting you ask, because I am trying to do things a little earlier this year than usual. And actually, I made a purchase last night of some Christmas stuff, so hopefully...
For who?
For my parents.
Oh,
I did. I got them taken care of. Look at me go. I got tickets to something for them. I'm not saying what in case they want it, because it's a secret. But
good for you.
Yeah, so we got one thing taken care of. But that being said, I'm trying to spend the rest of my Christmas dollars or the holiday dollars locally because there's so many incredible shops here and experiences and retailers and just all those kind of things that they build up our community so much, and I'm like, well, if they create this community that I love to be in, the least I can do is patronize their shops and support them back. So I'm challenging myself. I do this every year, but I'm gonna really try this year to spend most of my money locally. So that's just my my little call to action for myself. we'll see how it goes.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So when do you go Christmas shopping?
So yeah, to dodge the question, kind of last minute. I'll be honest
Can
with
I
you.
say something real
No,
quick?
let's hear it.
I just, sometimes people get mad at me because they go, well, you didn't really follow, like if it's a serious interview, they'll go, well, you didn't follow up. Listen, I know when they're not going to answer a question. Do you want to sit there and see me argue and try to pry it out for 5 minutes and go to break, or do you want to see us continue a conversation?
Yeah, literally.
I just wanted to throw that out there because, I do know when a question is being dodged.
That being said, you didn't hesitate to come for me, so.
Well, that's because you're going out of town and I got a few days,
Yeah, that's fair. No, I kind of wait to the last minute. I'm challenging myself this year as well to shop local and to do it like early. So it's October. I'm thinking ahead, so be proud of me, but we'll see what happens.
I see every time I try to do this, and I tell you this the last 2 years, I said it would be great to get everything done by start in March.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Where you could just pick things up throughout the year.
Out,
and where it's not about getting 8,000 items for somebody, but that way, you can see, you aren't going to feel bad when you're at the end of the, November when you're like, oh my God.
Literally.
Capital One, where are you? You don't have to worry about it. But I don't know. I just never do it. And this year was different because we had a lot of big life changes and stuff. But next year my goal is seriously after the wedding to start planning for Christmas.
I support you on that. And I have a question for you. How much is too much for your loved ones? Because
I don't know. I feel like it all depends on where you're at financially.
That's very real. I mean, I don't even mean necessarily how much you spend, but just how much you make or find or whatever.
I don't know. It's up to your heart's content. I feel like sometimes people get a little. Sometimes people don't like to get to receive gifts.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just like to give things.
That's true.
And it's not
because,
nice. They want to flaunt off money they don't have. I'm one of those people, I love Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love them. That being said, I'm not getting paid like Brett Baer on Fox News. That's like $48 million a year or whatever the hell. Oh my God, could you imagine just that much money in front of you? That'd be Christmas every day,
Marquette Mega Raffle. Yeah.
But my point is though, I still like to get gifts. So I don't know. I always try to do one or two. Like with my parents, what I do is I get them a bigger gift together. Normally it's kind of like an olive oil market basket.
Oh, that's nice.
Because they love the olive oil stuff. So it's a kind of a bigger basket.
That's
and then
cool.
they'll each get a gift card or a smaller gift.
That's a cool idea.
Normally a gift card and an item is kind of what I like to do.
That's smart. That's a good
or if
thinking.
It's a couple or group, it's group gift, individual gift cards or gift.
I'm trying to do more experiences as gifts these days, because I think
that's smart. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying. We'll see if it works. I don't know. It's difficult to do though, because not that there's a lack of experiences around here, because there's plenty of cool things going on and stuff. But it just is hard to find something that someone will like.
Trying to get my knee to pop if you're wondering what the hell's going on.
You're just kind of cycling down there.
Right? Why are you kickstarting a motorcycle?
Yeah. But it just is hard to find the experiences that people will like and find the stuff that's not super expensive. So I don't know.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Experiences get expensive.
They do, but I mean they're objectively cooler, I think, than an item that
Well, and the thing is too, I don't know. So with my nephews and stuff. An experience would be cool, but I'm sure their parents have already taken them to do that said experience.
Well, that, and also with the kids and stuff like that, you just gave an obligation to the parents.
Yeah. So would they rather want a day booked out of without them knowing what day at the time, or would they rather have the loud toy?
This one time, my brother, for his birthday, got from a family member 5 fish, little fish, and I've never seen my parents so angry. They were like, "What did you just do?" So then we had fish for 4 years, so it was wild. But
I got my nephews at 5 an axe throwing set.
Oh, that's cool.
It wasn't with real axes, but they were still pretty hard,
that's
and
cool.
Put holes in their wall and everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. No, I've done stainless pots and pans and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
But see, those things are acceptable. Live fish are not acceptable gifts.
Pets, we should not be giving pets.
No.
That's a hot take I have.
And you know what the other thing is? Quit buying animals for your kids for Christmas just to put them up for adoption in January.
Literally.
It's so annoying.
Let's talk about that for a second. Or the people get chicks for Easter. No, that's an animal.
To be fair, I kept mine till it died.
Okay, well that's sweet. I'm glad you.
We did it the right way.
You raised
Look
it
at this.
well.
I'm getting a call from 111111.
Oh wow,
look at that's the
popular.
I'm pretty sure that's the president.
Yeah, it must be.
I've always wondered that if that's what that meant because I've been asking
for
in America.
I've
been asking for an interview for months now.
That could happen. You never know. Can you imagine? Wow.
That would be great.
That would be really interesting.
Like out of all the people, this small town like talk show host gets the biggest interview of the run of them.
So J.D. Salinger, who wrote Catcher in the Rye, he's kind of a weird guy, but he I'm just no offense, but he was kind of a weird guy. But he granted no interviews except to a high school newspaper once, which is really interesting. And so sometimes I think to myself, maybe this celebrity would like just grant me an interview because like
you know what's weird? Yeah. All the biggest think of big name celebrities.
Yeah,
their people will respond to me.
That's interesting.
Like Joe Pesci, his agent was awesome. She was like,
really
listen,
cool.
he doesn't do interviews, he plays golf, but thanks for reaching out. You know,
oh, cool.
The smallest people you could think of, or the up and comers, they're acting like they're Elvis. It's like they don't even like. It's like you're offending them by like reaching out.
Literally,
like,
yeah.
I mean, it's so incredible. Like Adam Sandler, his agent gets back to me. If Adam Sandler's agent can respond, so did everyone else in this community.
That's pretty cool, first of all. But yeah, for real, like you can send an email. It's okay.
Like you aren't that big, you know. Like not, you know, for all these up, like they just act like they're just so big now.
Yeah,
no one here locally. I'm talking like
Yeah, like mid-sized.
Yeah, like B-listers.
Yeah, for sure. Which would be so cool to have on the show. Wouldn't that be amazing? But like
there was somebody that had like a bit part in a movie. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but they made it a big deal that I was reaching out for an interview. And I'm just trying to say, like, I didn't even realize they had an agent still or were active. Like, that's why I sent them a message. And it was like, well, why aren't you contacting my agent? Because I didn't even know you had one. Yeah, I assumed you didn't. Okay, so guess what? I ain't doing it. You know what? You had your opportunity, pal.
Sorry. Yeah, for real. People, I don't know. People are just too amped these days.
Challenge Unlimited's coming up in the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you should leave so you can do that. I look forward
you got
to
to work, too.
I have things I got to...
Sorry, John.
No, this is always fun. I love coming down here and chatting.
I mean, your blog, though, was really kind of a neat one. It was about just shopping local and reminding people that. And really a good time. So... Small Business Saturday's coming up.
It is. I forgot about that.
All that good stuff. So that's a great time to shop. It's right after Black Friday. So take half of what you spend on Black Friday, put it into your Small Business Saturday fund. Cool. And Sydney, enjoy your trip to Indianapolis.
Thank you.
Oh! What do you guys do when you hand out trick or treat? Do you just hang around a fire? Do you hang out in the house?
So
because you'll be in Brighton.
I will be in Brighton, and
Brighton.
I'm not gonna go into details about where exactly I live.
No, we don't want you to.
I don't want to dox myself.
Do you have like a campfire? Or are you an indoor watching the movie?
No, I'm like an outdoor sitting, but like you gotta be careful if you're gonna have a campfire because like little kids come running up, and you don't want them to like fall in the fire. So you gotta be careful about that. So no, I like to sit outside and have like an adult treat and enjoy like some candy while I'm at it. You know what I mean? So it's very fun. So if you happen to see me, say hi. But
we are not going to tell you where Sydney's located.
If you happen to come across me, that's cool. But be cool about it. Don't dox me. Now I'm acting like I'm a mid-sized celebrity. I'm not.
Whoa there, Sydney. Thank you for gracing me with your time.
Next time, talk to my agent.
I'll send Dan an email. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and wrap up the 9 o'clock hour. Busy show for our busy 10. We got Challenge Unlimited. Busy day. We'll be at OSF Healthcare celebrating 100 years with them. Brian Trust will be on the air today twice. We got a busy
There's
broadcast.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. Make it hurt so good.
Welcome back, Daily Show on this Thursday. Hey, for all of you that hung out with us on RiverBender.com last night, thank you. We will be re-airing that broadcast. We're going to do some post on that and get that all fine-tuned and ready to go in a restream. We're going to premiere that live coming up either tomorrow or on Monday night to kick off Halloween week. It was such a great time, and Wood River's Halloween Parade is this Saturday. They're going to have Drake Champlin as the parade marshal for the 40th Wood River Halloween Parade. Make sure that you're a part of that, and tune back in to check out that coverage. A lot of great conversations last night in downtown Wood River. We had, and part of that, I bring that up, is we had some great sponsors, and real quick, I just wanted to say thank you to Mark Smith, Shelter Insurance again, and he's the president of Riverbend East Rotary Club. They're going to be having their Pints for Polio bar and pub crawl tonight in downtown Wood River throughout select participating events. Make sure you stop by, and if you guys are looking to shop some new rates, please stop by and see Mark at Shelter. Really big community advocate and just does so much to give back, and to me, that's somebody that I'd really love to have as an insurance agent. You can find out more by giving him a call today at 618-254-3225. That's 618-254-3225. And a big shout out to Modified Auto as well. They have a really cool clearance sale starting here, and it started on Monday. And they're clearing out brands like Hertz and Powerbase at 50% off on this until they're sold out, and it's remote start season. There's no better time to really start thinking about that. Hell, it's going to be 5 degrees, 1 degree, 10 degrees. A remote start is what you need to have the best morning possible, and a great gift to give your loved one. Either spend $40,000 plus on a new car or $20,000 on a used car with remote start, or you go to a family-owned, family-operated, and just community-built company in Modified Auto at 241 Eastgate Plaza, and you can have their great team install one for you today. Give Sean a call, 618-251-8255. That's 618-251-8255. 8255. And another big shout out to Coleman's Country Campers, the third and final sponsor of that broadcast last night. Really, they just are a great company, and they've grown so much over the last couple of years and provide families with decades of memories, and that's really the coolest thing. You know, if you stop by Coleman's Country Campers, they got great deals, they got great selections on all the latest and greatest, plus all those tried and true campers that have gotten families just the most out of their summer, the most out of their fall, the most out of every bit of their camping experience, and just togetherness, and that's what Coleman's Country Campers does best. You can find out more online or on their Facebook page today. At 10:01, we will take you right into top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. We'll take you right to Godfrey first. Logan Strack of Godfrey, 22 years of age, does face serious felony charges after allegedly sexually abusing a nun at the Sisters of St. Francis Convent in Alton. On October the 18th, Strack reportedly entered the convent through an unlocked side door after finding the front door locked. Despite being told no, he attempted to hug the victim twice before forcibly grabbing her clothed breasts. The victim responded by striking him, and after which Strack left the premises. In an interview after the event, Strack admitted to his actions, stating he entered the convent intentionally and that the contact, quote, felt good in the moment, end quote. He was charged on October the 21st with aggravated battery and criminal sexual abuse and remains in custody pending trial. Authorities are currently investigating the death of a male discovered in Frank Holton State Park in East St. Louis. The Illinois State Police Division of Criminal Investigation Zone 6 Public Safety Enforcement Group responded to the scene on Wednesday morning following a request from the Cahokia Heights Police Department. The investigation is still in its early stages and no further details have been released regarding the identity or the cause of death of the deceased. Officials have confirmed the incident occurred in St. Clair County and are continuing their work to determine the circumstances surrounding this case. Also in the news today, you've seen this multiple times in the 618. Godfrey trustees are currently reviewing a proposed ordinance designed to reduce the number of video gaming licenses by decreasing liquor licenses each time a liquor or licensed business does close. This was written by Dalton Brown. Presently, businesses must hold a liquor license to operate video gaming terminals, a loophole that some may be exploiting solely for gaming approval. The 21 existing gaming businesses will continue operations while 3 pending applicants await updates as the ordinance is drafted. Mayor McCormick expressed concern about changing the rules after promising those licenses to new businesses, though trustees clarified that no gaming commitments were made. The ordinance has been sent back for further review, and no new liquor or gaming license will be issued until it's finalized. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this Thursday morning. Let's take a look at weather. 49 degrees in downtown Alton. It don't feel like it in a good way. It feels like it's 55 out there. That's not bad. Currently, plenty of sunshine throughout the morning and into the afternoon, and then tonight partly cloudy, but it will be chilly. Air quality right now is at 38, which is good. Mold is moderate today at 97.50, and that's about it when it comes to air quality and pollen indexes. Today, temperatures reach 63 degrees, but they will drop quick tonight. 35 the low as we head into Friday. On Friday, we end our week with a high of 59 degrees, a low of 49 as we head into a rainy Saturday. On Saturday, we can expect a fall-type rain, that drizzle, the occasional rain showers, and then they will taper off into Sunday morning. On Saturday, a high of 58, a low of 48 degrees, and then on Sunday, a high of 57, a low of 50, partly sunny skies on Sunday. And then on Monday, we start our week with a high of 59 and a low of 46 degrees. That's a look at your next 5 days, my friends. Here's what's happening now. 49 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 54 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab Recover and Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading that RiverBender.com app today. A quick break, and then we'll come back. I want to replay XO for you because their Halloween party's coming up in just a few short days, and so is their 1-year anniversary. We're going to play that, then talk to Challenge Unlimited in a brand new conversation. They'll join us live in the studio. We'll hear more about their efforts and just the great organization that challenges. This 10 o'clock hour is full of great stuff, and I hope you join me for it right after this on Riverbender and Roku.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show continues with XO. I mean, really, Gina Gamblin joining us now, the owner of XO. We're right into the end of October, and that means that we're going to be into the new year within about 2 blinks and a wink, and holiday season's right around the corner. XO's been doing great work, and everyone I've talked to that's gone up there, I mean, my fiance included, loves the services you guys provide. It's a great quality work. The food's excellent. And now with the holidays, no better time to talk about gift giving and how to make your loved one happy than an XO gift card or a really cool party experience.
Right, absolutely. We have gift cards, and, actually, if you're looking for a gift card of any kind, you can spend $20. You can buy that person lunch. They can use it for retail. They can use it for services. One gift card works in the entire building, so it really is the gift to give.
It really is. And your guys' experience is so incredible over there because, on top of having just the top of the line services, whether it's nails or med services or go down the gauntlet of things people need and are wanting, you also have a Michelin star chef that's ready to cook up some great food that's ready for all of us, and it's a great menu and really a cool atmosphere.
Absolutely. I think that's the message that we struggle with a lot too, is that we love for someone just to come into the door and have cocktails or food. You don't necessarily have to have services. It's just a restaurant with services. It's really what you want it to be. The state of Illinois has just announced us as a tourist attraction.
Wow.
So we have many things to offer and many places to offer them within the building as well.
Well, and, take me through the year that you've had at XO and, just the growth that you continue to see, and what do you expect for next year?
Yeah, we're coming up on our 1 year, October 25th, and it's hard to believe because it's just been, I guess what they say is time flies when you're having fun, right? And it's definitely been a wild year. From I think probably the hardest part is marketing all things. We have lots of events and private parties, and from cookie making to candle making to cocktail classes. My chef, like you mentioned, we have a Michelin star chef. He is fabulous. I don't think anyone compares to him, to be honest. I may be a little biased, but I think he's amazing. But he really wants to, every party really that you can have at XO is completely customizable. So you can have more of a dinner wine pairing, or you can have just a big charcuterie. He can make a charcuterie board look like the Eiffel Tower.
I bet.
I've never seen anything like it before. So it's completely customizable. We can accommodate for a party for up to 40 on our upper level. That's absolutely beautiful. A party of any kind, baby showers,
bridal parties.
Yeah. I've seen people do karaoke's.
Wow.
I mean, a little lunch and learn, office meetings. You've got full accommodations for a TV. It's customizable. the couches and things move around. And then we've just finished, no one even knows this yet, so we've just finished our lower level and put the crocodile wallpaper and really warmed that up. We've got a pool table, we've got shuffleboard, we've got darts, we've got a golf simulator, and we've got all that, and we can accommodate for up to 90. So we're going to have a comedian in, and we're going to have a not so newlywed game and just have some fun. So, we don't rent that space out, you just reserve it. And like I said, it's completely customizable for a party of your needs.
That's really great to note. And what's the best way to contact XO when it comes to that space and how to collaborate on it?
On our website, we've got event space there, event inquiry, or you can just email events@visitxo.com.
Really cool. Well, I mean, there's a ton that's coming down the pipeline. You also are, and this is what I think has to be difficult for XO, is that you have what I think the drive-by assumption is of what the business is, and that's, well, it's a salon, or it's a med service or salon or nail bar, until you go inside, like you're saying, and you can reserve, this space, have huge events there now, and even before that, have the bridal parties and have all these types of birthday parties or get-togethers, and then you have the entertainment component of it with the dartboards and the golf simulator. There's a lot inside that. It's like an incubator in a way.
There is definitely a lot going on, and I think the challenge is that the building is a little bit intimidating from what I heard, right? So people really don't know what it is, or they think it's expensive, or they're not sure, so someone's afraid to come in. I mean, my suggestion is we have a little something for everyone, and it's a really fun place. Just because it looks expensive. That's another thing I hear too. We've really done our due diligence and tried hard to keep this very, very competitive, and we just encourage all demographics. Someone once asked me, what is your demographic? Well, it's age 9 to 99. It's somewhat like Legos. It's a beautiful spot for women. It's a beautiful spot for men, but both for couples. I see families come in, so it's just really, it's a cool spot, and it's got a little something for everyone.
Well, and that's really good to hit on too. And I think for the folks that have maybe thought, well, I want to stop by, but not really for sure on the fence, because maybe it is that it looks pretty expensive, conversation. You're so affordable, and I don't want to use the term affordable because I think that deteriorates from the services that you all provide, because they're top notch. I mean, you have every top of the line component of the business that you would need. It's just the fact that you're able to provide this, like you said, for all demographics. It's really an incredible feature, especially in the industry you're in.
It is hard, but it's very hard to market as
I bet.
well.
I bet.
So I just recently, I'm having to redo my digital foundation, and I was wondering, why I was ranking so low on the near me, and I didn't realize. I was told that there's nothing like this in the world. So Google doesn't
know how to categorize you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not categorizing us correctly. So now we're having to go back and redo our digital foundation and just have a nail bar as one entity, a restaurant as one entity, and then the med spa as one entity as well. So it's been a little bit of a white canvas that we're still painting, but we're figuring it out along the way, and it's been fun.
Well, you give a lot of incentives for the public to be a part of XO. Like even this week, there's a ton of really great events. The Halloween party's coming up on the 24th, and that starts at 8 p.m. This is the first time you're doing this, correct?
That's correct. Yes, we have got some 4-foot-tall trophies, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to have. It's a competition. I think that what we're aiming to do really at XO is. We're aiming to, when you walk in the door, I think sometimes the world can be a dark place, right? Yeah. And there's a lot that we're dealing with on an everyday basis that's difficult, okay? So when you walk in the door, you leave better than when you came in, whether that's just sitting and having lunch with your friend, or whether that's having your nails done, or whether that's having, your hormone replacement or your Botox, whatever that means for you. We want you to be better when you leave. So we just want to be some positive and in everybody.
Well, and I think that too, it's so important to hone in on the fact that your staff's good at what they do. And a lot of times, you get the horror stories of, maybe somebody that is trying Botox for the first time and doesn't have the proper team around them, or it's any other type of med service. You need to have good folks in front of you. And at XO, you're getting quality care. And really, I think that is so much more important to talk about, is that these folks are here to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. We, take pride in the beauty of our building.
I bet.
But we take a lot of pride in our brand, and it's just as important for us to have the talent as as quality as the building.
Mm-hmm.
So we never want anyone to leave dissatisfied. So it's very important. I always just tell everyone we're fortunate to have a beautiful building, but we're even more fortunate to have the talent inside.
Well, and honestly, that's really a great say, and one that you can't really put a price tag on either, because of just how efficient that team is. And you guys can experience this any day you want. You're open 7 days a week, correct?
We're not. We're closed on Monday.
Uh-oh, I lied to you. Gosh, dang it, I lied to you.
So we're closed on Monday, and we're open 10 to 10, Saturday through, oh my gosh,
Tuesday
I don't even
through
know.
Sunday.
Sundays we close at 6 p.m.
Okay.
But we do have some after hours parties.
That's
and we do
cool.
have the availability. We just really are not the nightlife yet. We'd love to stay open until midnight, 1 o'clock. We are doing a couple parties. The Halloween party will be until 1 a.m.
Oh,
so
cool.
we do have that capability. And if someone wants to have a late night party or an evening party, we absolutely wouldn't turn that away and can accommodate for about anything.
What a great spot for corporate events too, really, and just a perfect spot. You got a moment to take a break with me?
Absolutely.
We'll pay a quick bill. We'll come back with more of our conversation on XO right after this on RiverBender Roku TV.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hey, me, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Don't you think?
Daily Show, welcome back. It's not 12:17. I keep forgetting we're taping this. We're back with Gina. And, over the course of the last year that you guys have been open in Edwardsville, it's been fun to see, just because we manage the community calendars and everything, it's great to see you collaborating and having folks kind of being a part of XO story, and you being a part of the Edwardsville Metro East story too. Has that been a big component for you in XO, is to be a part of the community and really get out there with charity work?
It's my favorite part.
Is it really?
To be honest.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a couple of my favorite things. XO is definitely a passion project of mine. The brand's been through a lot, and the easy thing to do would be to quit, right?
Yeah.
But I truly love the brand. I love everything that it stands for, and it just really, truly creates so much happiness for so many people on different levels. Mm-hmm. We are able to do some charity events, and our foot traffic at 65 data and analytics show that 65% of my clientele is from out of state.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's just, there's nothing more exciting to me than to walk around and ask. I love to hear, where are you from? I say, where are you from? And they say Denver, Colorado. And I say, wow, what brings you to the area? And they say XO. And I just about can do a backflip right there.
No kidding. That's got to really be like mind-blowing.
It's the power of social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they would never know if it weren't for social media. I think the hardest part about having a business right now is marketing.
Yep.
And, you know, us, like any business right now, is struggling a little bit with foot traffic and consistency and, you know, just not everyone knowing everything that we have to offer.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So,
well, and you're right, because I mean, now every algorithm changes every 10th of a second, it seems like, and you know what worked for you for 3 months straight a year ago ain't working for you at all right now. And it's, you to stay on top of it's tough, and to get out and talk about these things more of in a conversation. I really hope more folks understand just more of the cool things going on. Like, I keep going back to this holiday kind of vibe, but I mean, listen, you can go and Google anything you want about treatments and skincare, and they're all paid for, and they're all, you know, they're all put into the Google machine and the ad machine, and they're placed in there for you. So whenever you're looking for your fiance, your wife, your loved one, your daughter, you aren't going to know what you're looking at. So go to XO. I mean, you guys have a quality line of products, too, that's in your shop. And if folks go right now, you can go to XO, visit XO.com. That's visit XO.com. I'm going to show you some of that stuff. And, you know, just things like this, like the oil cleansers and the skincare sets. And, you know, these are quality products that are really going to take care of somebody, you know. And that's really good to know, too, for if it's not a gift card, it's a shop and gift card both, or you can get the gift card for both the shop and the services you provide.
Sure. And the beautiful thing about it is, you know, a lot of men come in and think or call and say, I want to get my wife a gift card, you know? And I always suggest, you know what she would probably like a lot more is that you took her on a date night and brought and, you know, had services with her. And I think that's the beautiful thing I love so much about XO. You know, anybody that knows, I can speak about XO for 3 days straight. Okay, 3 days straight and not even take a break. But I love that it brings couples and families in and just unites people in a different way. I just think it's a special place.
Well, and it really has it's so unique in the sense, too, just talking out loud now, like you said, there's so many different facets, and I get you know, it's got to get not frustrating, but it gets confusing, I bet, to get all the message out of all the services that are going on inside your business. But to see all of that, whenever you see the new people come in that haven't been there yet and they experience XO for the first time and it all clicks, it's got to be the coolest thing, because it's like the aha. This is why everyone keeps talking about XO.
Absolutely. Actually, I like to kind of sit and watch the front door. Yeah. And the second someone walks in and they're like, I know, or they've got their phone on, I know, you know, and it's really humbling to me, because I have put so much into the brand, and I want everyone to love it, from the staff, you know, up to from everyone that walks in the door, literally. And I created an entire level, an entire floor for the staff, you know, that we always have snacks set out, and it's just very important for everyone to be happy. And I think that just extends out the persona that we're wanting to have within, the camaraderie.
Absolutely. And, you know, you guys can find out more again by going to visitxo.com. Or you can go to the Halloween party this week and you can experience it yourself. This is going to be cool. Let's dive back into this. So you have 4-foot-tall trophies for best costume. Is this correct?
We have the best overall costume, the most creative costume, and then the best couple.
I love this. Now, is there any, I got to ask just for in case, is there any rules for the costumes? Like you can't wear this or you can wear that? No?
I didn't even think about putting rules. This is our first year, so we're going to learn these rules as we go along.
I love that. That'd be good. And
we're just going to have a lot of fun. We've got an amazing bar manager that one of our cocktails, our Halloween cocktails, is served on an IV pole.
No way.
Yeah,
That'll
and
be
it's
fun.
called the blood bag. It's so
I love it.
It's so fun. So everything is just really, I mean, we're really kind of like a Halloween pop-up. We've got a lot of decorations, and you know, XO again was just born out of an idea that you can't always take a vacation, right?
Yeah.
So you just want to feel like you're on vacation. So I think it's very important to have the decor and just be, tis the times. I love fall. Everyone's glad the swimsuit weather's over and we can get into the hoodies now.
Yeah.
So I think, with the decorations and the themed cocktails and the themed food, my chef let me talk about him one more time. My chef has done an amazing job.
Gianni is awesome.
We went to Liberty Apple Orchard Farm and right there local. We love to keep things local
That's
as much
good to
as
know.
possible.
Yeah.
And he actually picks the apples. He makes these little mini homemade from scratch apple pies served hot a la mode with a coconut gelato on top. You don't get any better. There's a reason I'm having to go to the gym 5 times a week now as opposed to 3.
I love this. Well, and on the 25th, it's when you guys have your milestone moment. It is the 1 year. And throughout the day, if folks are able just to pop in and say hi, get some services done and celebrate the year with you.
Absolutely. We're going to have just special giveaways. We're going to have DJs throughout the day. And we're just going to celebrate our milestone of 1 year. It's been fun. We've learned a lot. We are going to continue to strive to be different, think outside of the box, and always create a good time.
I love it. And now, one final note for all of you, especially the bourbon lovers out there, or just for anybody that wants to have a really cool kind of old style date night that we don't get a lot of restaurant experiences like that around. This is your Woodford and XO, this exclusive curated multi-course dinner that's been crafted by Gianni, who is just amazing. He's been on the show and he's just been nothing but great to have on and hear his insights.
He's so excited.
Yeah.
Anytime we ask Gianni just to give us a menu for one night, he wants to give you 5 choices. He just wants to have multiple courses, and he loves to. I think that's the most amazing thing about all of us is we just really care about people and we want to cater. But that, that night in particular, he's got a great curated menu that he's super excited for. Of course, we're going to have Woodford. If you're not a whiskey drinker, you can. There's 2 prices. You can have the Woodford and the whiskey on with your meal, or you can just have your own alcohol of choice. So we don't want to limit it to whiskey drinkers only.
I like that. Sorry, it's the afternoon, so I'm okay to make a whiskey, not bourbon. CJ, you're such a dummy. Gina, I'm sorry, I totally failed that. Just kidding. Okay, with that being said, what's the best way to stay up to date on XO and all the events? Because seriously, we talk about you guys all the time on the show in a good way, promoting just the different theme nights you have. But there's so much. What's the best way to just direct everyone to?
I would say our website's very informative. It's visitxo.com. Also, if you get on our website, there's a spot in there where you can leave your email and just get on our weekly newsletter list.
Oh, nice.
And then we send out a monthly newsletter of all things and all, every once in a while, or we always have med spa specials. So a buy 2, get 1 free, but there again, it's only as good as what everyone knows, so that's the most difficult part. But we definitely would like for everyone to get on our website and just check it out.
That's where you come in. Listener, I need you to go to visitxo.com, get your Christmas gifts, get yourself a gift, or just get yourself over to XO today and stop by and see Gina, see the really great crew of folks over there, and we'll link everything in an article so you get all of those details in one. And Gina, would love to have you back and keep talking more about just some of the different services you provide and maybe go more in depth and break that down for the audience too.
Awesome. Thanks for having me in.
It'd be great. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show comes your way on this Thursday right after this one.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Naselli on RiverBender.com.
I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh no, feeling alright. I'm not feeling too good, yellow girl.
It's 10:32. Welcome back to Our Daily Show as your Thursday morning continues right here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. Challenge Unlimited in the studio. You know, a couple of months back, maybe it was last year, heck, I don't know what happened yesterday, we collaborated on a really cool website, and we were able to help with some accessibility things. And has everything been good with the website before we dive into the interview?
I believe
for the
so.
team upstairs.
Yes.
We're putting them on the spot. You know, we're holding them accountable here.
Yeah, things are going well. I think it helped a lot of people access services that maybe wouldn't have before.
Well, and Challenge Unlimited does such a great job with not only providing, opportunities to the individuals that need it really the most and need that spotlight shown on them, but also to the companies and organizations that truly need the workforce, need quality laborers and quality employees. And Challenge Unlimited does all of that and then some, and no better time to talk about this than during National Disability Employment Awareness Month.
Absolutely. So October nationwide is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. It's where we celebrate people with disabilities and all the value that they bring to the workforce, and the employers that give them an opportunity to live that dream of having a job.
Well, Susan, take me through your background and your role with Challenge Unlimited, and Zachary, we'll get to know you here in a second too.
All right.
Sure. So I'm the executive director of skills training, and in my world, I deal with our skills training centers, both in Alton and Swansea, our employment services division, and our transportation.
Wow.
So I'm in my 24th year with Challenge, and it's exciting. Every day is a new adventure, and I just love being there.
Well, and what I think is really cool about Challenge, too, is it seems like so many have such a long tenure with the organization, and that means that you guys are doing something right. There's no bigger testament than that.
Yes.
Well, and, take me through a little bit of just what your day-to-day could kind of look like, because you do wear quite a few different hats.
Yeah, so, my responsibility is really ensuring that we're providing the best service we can for individuals that we serve in whatever way that they are looking to get it. In our skills training centers, we work with people that have intellectual or developmental disabilities, and we're working to help them build their skills, whatever that means to them, whether it's just daily living or it's seeking employment. In employment services, we contract with the Illinois Department of Rehabilitation to specifically help people find community employment.
Well, and it's, alarming too. I mean, the unemployment rate in, Illinois and really nationally is kind of around that, 4 to 4.4, 5.2 range. Are we kind of roughly in there now? What's national now? Do we know?
It's about 4.4, but for people with disabilities,
that's where it's
really
alarming. It's double.
It is. It's about 8.8% right now.
Well, and to me, what do you think causes that disconnect and that really just that disparity between that 4.4 to the 8.8? Because in Madison County, I mean, that truly is where it's at here locally, and in St. Clair, it's actually right on double, if not right below it, at 4.9 respectively to a 9.8, which is an astronomically large number of folks.
It is. I think people with disabilities struggle getting a foot in the door. I think some of them don't know where to start, and they need some help. And agencies like Challenge Unlimited are there to provide those supports to help them get that foot in the door, help them through that interview process, and connect with an employer.
Well, and this is where I think this conversation gets so interesting too, Zachary, because just with your work with Challenge, and we'll talk about what you do, day to day too, but you get to see that relationship, I'm sure, develop and hear from the employers who, I'm sure just love every aspect of the partnership through Challenge Unlimited. We've had, like I said, folks that represented Challenge on the show quite a bit in the past, and what amazed me at first, I would say, is the fact that, you hear all these great, reports that, there's such a tenure at these organizations and companies, and you guys are providing dedicated, great workforce to all these companies that need it terribly bad right now. And the goal there and the incentive is there for so many other companies and organizations to partner up and realize they could be part of this change, number one, which is completely ridiculous, that doubled it up, and also provide themselves the opportunity to be more efficient. That's incredible. And Zachary, when you're talking to these businesses and talking to the individuals that are working, for them, what are some of the conversations and what's that relationship look like?
So it's usually a very collaborative process. We really work hard on developing natural supports for both the employer and the employee, to make sure that it's an effective partnership for everybody involved. Anything that we can do to support either side of the parties coming to the agreement is what we focus on. But then we practice what we preach. We employ a number of individuals with disabilities.
Well, and see, whenever it comes to just more of that package of Challenge Unlimited, let's talk about some of the local services that are provided by too. And it doesn't just start at, providing the jobs, but like even the skills training centers that are really, really cool. Susan, can you fill me in on those a little bit more?
Sure. So those are programs funded through the state.
Okay.
And usually they are for people with intellectual disabilities who require a higher level of support and training. In the Alton area, we serve around 100 individuals daily.
Wow.
Yeah, and we focus on a lot of things. One of the things we've really focused on in the last few years is community inclusion and integration, and working to get people with disabilities out in their community to discover what it is, how they can be part of the community. So we do volunteer or community service with organizations throughout the area. We also do a lot of career exploration, which is really targeted activity where individuals go out and we specifically look at a career path, whether that's retail, food, or working with animals, working with children, whatever it is the person's interested in, and we identify employers that do that work. And then we go look at those specific roles to see how that individual could fill that role, what the skills they need to develop to be a viable candidate to work in that area, and really just talk about anything from how am I going to get to work to what does that job pay and what does that mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's where the real asterisk for Challenge comes in, and what puts you guys above and, gets such great recognition is because you're the full package. It's not great, here is that initial job, we got you connected, see ya, or talk to you later. There's so much more that goes into building that foundation, like you said, and then keeping the longevity of a successful career, and then also just a happy and fulfilled life. And I think that's where the best part of this comes in. It's not necessarily, it's great to have a job, but we get everything out of life that everyone else gets to do too, and everyone should have that opportunity,
Absolutely. So, when you meet somebody for the first time, one of the first things they ask you is, well, where do you work? Or what do you do? And for an individual to be able to have a response to that is life-changing for some people. It brings them value, and that they have a place, they're contributing, and they're just like everybody else, which is really what they want.
Well, and in your 24 years, what have you seen just in the development of Challenge overall, but more specifically just workforce development when it comes to this field, in the last 24 years?
Yeah, so, it's changed a lot, just like everything, right? Especially in the last probably 5 years. I think, I know we talk a lot about COVID, but COVID really was life-changing in many ways. And
100%.
The way that we provide services have changed significantly. So for many years, Challenge Unlimited was known as a assembly and packaging producer in this area. And in 2022, we stopped that and transitioned to this more community-based and training model, mostly because it was not just a nationwide, but also a state initiative. This year, the state passed the Dignity and Pay Act, which will eliminate all of that sub-minimum wage work across Illinois by 2029.
That's good.
And we went ahead and took advantage of that ahead of time and stopped those production activities and started this new model because we feel that it brings value to the individuals we serve.
1,000%. And, all month you all have been celebrating, this, the Awareness Month, and you've highlighted individuals, employers, and partners. Take me through some of the folks that you've highlighted and had a chance to showcase, if you could.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the groups we celebrated was Theodora Farms. Which,
they're great, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Are they still doing the package, the vegetables and the produce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the community supported agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah. The subscription it goes through the end of October.
Okay.
We have been packaging those boxes for them all this season. And the individuals have been doing the packaging, and Theodora has been paying them for that work, so that's paid employment. So it was a great opportunity. So we celebrated that partnership with them this week and just let them know how appreciative we were of the opportunity for the people we serve, And we celebrated Casey's locally for hiring an individual with a disability and supporting him as he achieved, his dream of getting a job.
That's incredible. Well, and I think that just brings into perspective too. You like just that phrase, dream of having a job. And for some of us that get up every day and groan, and I'm one of them that goes, man, I got to go to work today. There's so many people, and especially like we're talking here, almost 9% of Madison County, in that respective category that don't have that opportunity and would dream of it, literally. And that's where you guys come in. Why don't we do this? Let's do this real quick. Mayor Goins, did he make the proclamation yet?
So we had that ceremony this week.
Did you? Really cool.
And Alderwoman Stephanie Elliott actually stood in for him.
That's really cool.
And so that was a really good ceremony. It was nice to be recognized by the city.
And, we'll come back and we're going to talk more with Challenge Unlimited and Susan and Zachary. Zachary, you're on the spot in the hot seat next. Right. We're going to talk workforce relations, some disability documentation, and more employment opportunities. Also wanted to talk about the contracts with the Department of Rehab Services, too, a little bit when we come back. We'll come back with more right here on Roku TV, Apple Podcasts, RiverBender.com. Our daily show comes your way next.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
.1046, welcome back. Challenge Unlimited back in the studio. Susan and Zachary. October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. And, I just think it's great that you guys have taken the month to really highlight the importance of that because, like you said, Susan, in 24 years that you've been there, it's come a long way, but there's still a ton more work to go,
Absolutely.
Well, and, Zachary, we kind of touched on a little bit of what you do day to day, but let's go in depth a little bit. Take me through the collaboration connection you have with the individuals you help provide those opportunities to, and then the companies and everyone else in between.
Yeah, for sure. So my role with the company is the workforce relations manager. In just regular terms, I'm a member of the HR team. I'm a member of the HR management team. So I really support individuals who are coming to our company to work. And providing them with opportunities on various contracts that we hold with the government, with the state, with businesses, you name it, and helping them leverage whatever resources they need, as well as fulfilling contract needs.
Absolutely. Well, and what I wanted to go into, too, is a little bit of some of the disability qualification process. I know that was something we wanted to touch on. Let's talk about that a little bit.
For sure. So a lot of our contracts are through the Ability One program by the federal government. So those have pretty strict guidelines on how to participate. Obviously, everybody's able to apply and work on those contracts, but we need to make sure that we are giving a certain amount of opportunity to individuals with disabilities. That's what that contracting program is for. So you have to be able to share a lot of personal information and do that, disability diagnosis being one of those things. And we help every individual that comes through and wants employment navigate that process, get qualifying documentation from whatever providers they have, or refer them to providers if they need it, and ultimately help them get in the door and start their employment journey.
And I don't obviously want to take this on a different tangent, but I'm sure there's a balancing act right now too with the government shutdown and everything else. Do you have to, because I know that you guys receive state and federal funding, I'm sure that that's a tight office to manage right now, or just a lot of maybe confusion or just a lot of other things going on.
Yeah, very much so. We have several contracts right now that are funded through the month, but come the first there's a lot of uncertainty. Right now we have a very significant number of employees that have been furloughed. And for a lot of them, it's a very scary time, and they're really leaning on my team for resources in the community, resources in navigating, what they can do to bridge the gap financially in this time. It's very, very scary for them.
Well, I bet. And, it's got to be one of those things where, in your guys' position, especially in your office, your hands are tied, number one, because it's not like you're making that decision.
Yeah.
And then you're doing all you can to leverage your community partnerships, I'm sure, to ensure you're doing the best you can for that individual. And it's just fascinating to get kind of that right here close to home takeaway over a federal government shutdown, and what that really means to some of the people that work in this area and contribute to it.
Yeah, and I think also just on a wider scale, outside of just employment, because of our contracts, a lot of our employees also receive benefits that are now being affected by the shutdown, and that's on my side of the fence and Susan's. So we've really seen a lot of struggle. You
guys have to have a pretty good team, though. Not pretty good, but really efficient, because to manage all of this, and then you're still doing the PR side of things and celebrating the days that need to be celebrated with this awareness month and the proclamation days. Is it just something that you guys are, no one's used to experiencing it, but just one of those where the mission's always going to stay the same regardless, we have to keep driving for it?
Yeah, very much so. Much like Susan, everybody in the company, no matter what your title is, we all wear the same number of hats. And it's a very collaborative effort amongst the team. So anything we can do to stay mission focused is what we're going to do, and provide the best service and experience possible for everybody.
Absolutely. Susan, anything to add to that?
I just think you have to live the mission. When you work for a mission-based nonprofit like we do, that's the core of what we do. And I think that's one reason why Challenge has been so successful and had the longevity it has, is because we've been able to stay focused on the mission, and that's serving people, specifically people with disabilities.
100%. Well, and as we talk a little bit more, Zach, about the employment pathways, take me through that. What's that term mean, number one, just for someone who's not as familiar with it, and let's go down that rabbit hole a bit.
So for the opportunities that we provide, it is very much like a traditional employment experience. An individual would find our job postings on our website or on Indeed. They would apply. A recruiter would reach out to them and help them through that process. When it comes time to actually qualifying for the program, then they get passed over to my team, and we navigate through that process, and they do their federal background checks or whatever pre-employment activities that they need to do to be hired, and then we get them scheduled for orientation and onto the workforce.
Absolutely. And take me through your employer partnerships.
So we have several partners in the community. A lot of those come through our employment services team, and building those out. The partnerships that we have are more business-based, and our business development team takes care of those and manages those. But we have several businesses in the community, several government entities that we partner with to provide opportunities for individuals.
And is that such as Scott Air Force Base?
Yes.
And really good.
So Scott Air Force Base, we have several federal buildings in Illinois and outside of Illinois.
Wow.
Very many.
What a great opportunity too. I mean, that really is. And during this month, take me through that recognition, and just some of the impact that those companies, have on those individuals too, because I'm sure it's one of those things where, as a company owner or anyone that's making those decisions, you go, okay, well, I understand that, until you really get shown, here's what you're doing for not only the individual, but for the area when it comes to unemployment rates and everything else.
Yeah, definitely. So we are constantly celebrating our partners when it comes to the contracting side, and they are also in turn celebrating us. Just last year, for the organization that kind of oversees our programs and oversees our compliance, we nominated Scott Air Force Base for an award, and they won, and they went out and participated in receiving the award personally. That was always awesome. We have had several employees receive recognition from the base or other federal employers for their service. Just last month, we were at the Grassroots advocacy conference in Washington, D.C., and we brought a employee from Scott Air Force Base who's been with us for 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got his chance to meet with several House representatives and senators and tell his story and why employers like us are important and what they can do to help the community.
It's absolutely incredible. Before we start to take the tail end of this conversation down, it seems like really the message of challenge is just to create opportunities.
Yeah.
And, I would be remiss if we don't share maybe one of those personal success stories or one that you've talked about this month if we could.
Sure. So, I'll go back to Theodora Farms just because it impacts probably more people than a single story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and they're part of the social center initiative that we've put together at our Alton Skills Training Center, where we're partnering with them and LeMay Catering and Food is Love to bring those kinds of opportunities to people with disabilities and how that can lead to employment. So specifically Theodora with their subscription packaging, produce packaging, they've brought the opportunity to individuals who did not have a paid work opportunity, maybe due to their limitations or lack of access, but they've brought that to them so that they can again experience what it's like to be contributing. Working on through that project, we've been able to work with individuals to build their employability skills, like their physical stamina. Taking supervision from someone. Resolving conflict with a coworker, things that maybe we have learned naturally through working our whole lives.
Some of us.
And some of us are better than others.
That's true. That's a better way to phrase it.
But this gives them the opportunity to practice those skills and to get feedback so that when they are ready to go out and get that competitive job, they have those skills to take with them.
Absolutely. For more information, you guys can visit cuinc.org. That's cuinc.org. I do get paid to do my job. And now, how can local businesses partner up with you guys in different, whether it's innovative measures like what you guys in Theodora did or just any other opportunities? What's the best way?
You guys can reach out to us directly. I'm sure Susan and I would be more than willing to share our info. Sure. You can also navigate to the company website and get a hold of us there or call the main company line, and that's always a good way to get a hold of us, get something going.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, any final thoughts on the month?
I think it's great. We celebrate a month. We just celebrate it every year. And just recognize that people with disabilities have the same dreams and value as anyone else.
Definitely.
Absolutely. You guys can find out more information again by going to cuinc.org or just call the main line probably too, 618-465-0044. That's 618-465-0044 and be a part of it. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
A quick break and we'll come back and we'll wrap up this Thursday right after this.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I am out of time. Brian Trust will take it from me at 2 p.m. for your beautiful, 7 p.m. for Mystery and Conspiracy. Until I talk to you tomorrow, try your best to stay out of jail.